Welcome to the Legion's Lair. I'm Kal Uddin.
I am Brad Jones, brother of Bjorn God.
And I'm Mike Casper, the Emir. That's a awful nice custom there, buddy.
That's a hell of a custom. That's awesome.
This is the nice. This is the mouse team mixed up with a little armor.
Now, what are you using as the body? Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, a barbarian legs with a broader torso because I used something else for broader. So, yeah. And then of course I have a Conan the Barbarian sword. Look at that,
Dude.
The nice sword. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get like a twins like heads like Arnold and Danny DeVito next.
Oh yeah, I know. I need all the Danny DeVito.
Oh my. Yeah, all those they were not only twins, but they were Batman villains.
Yeah.
From the 80s.
Yeah, that is right, isn't it?
Batman
Forgot
villains.
about
Oh yeah. Let's get into Legion's news, shall we? Because we got some stuff going on. Currently, if you want to jump in, and Brad, I know you were one of these individuals that needed to do this, but the in-stock sale is still going at Store Horseman, and in that in-stock sale that went up Friday, Dormu Vis, which is a new cosmic figure that goes along with the new Mortal Thorn wave that's going to come out, is currently up on Store Horseman, and also the Ox Crew Wave 1 is on Store Horseman. Did you get any, Brad?
I have not.
Okay.
I figured it'll be there for a while. Of course, that one figure did sell out quick, which I was surprised.
Which one did sell out quick? It was Orvar or...
Yeah, the one that looks like the
Oh
robot.
no, the probe droid one. Kern Ray.
Yeah, he sold out.
That C. Jessam soft goods. Cal, you looking at getting, or have you got any cosmic? Probably just mythic.
I'm more a fan of the mythic, and I'm still trying to build up my collection on there. So I'm taking a look. I'm being patient about what exactly I want to get.
Nice.
Kern Ray
is gone.
Yeah.
A lot of people love her because she's a 1.0 that's actually normal size, not like those big, massive barbarian ladies, those Amazonian ladies that they came out with. And the C. Jessam soft goods on that figure is amazing. And she looks like the probe droid from Star Wars.
That's cool.
Yeah. The head, anyways, her helmet.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, sold out.
Nice.
So, yeah, this head's cool. I do like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Totally sold out. So I was a little shocked. I mean, it's funny because I don't think any other figures from that wave sold out. So,
yeah, not yet. Not even Dormu Vis. I think he's still on. Yep, he's still on. And he's only $45.
Wow.
Yeah.
$45. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. So we do have tomorrow night on the Four Horsemen YouTube channel at 7:30. We are going to have Jeremy Gerard and Jeremy's the master too, but the master of this all, Eric Treadaway, gonna go live to reveal Cosmic Legion's Mortal Thorn Book 1 Wave. And it will go up for pre-order right after the show is done. I don't know how long. They'll probably go till 9 is my guess. So do we have any ideas on this? Either one of you.
Oh. I'm not sure.
Mike would know better than I would.
Obviously, I feel like this is a teaser behind us of some sort.
Yeah, definitely. And it has that cool mask on, the cool green.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome. Yeah.
Is that
And
Vorga's
soft.
mask?
What's that?
Is that Vorga's mask?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't have Vorga's mask on. I think I have her.
Either. So.
Yeah. But you can tell, look at this, just some soft goods on there. Wow. Yeah. But what I do know, guys, is that this is taking place in the third ring, and it's bringing a lot of the previous waves together, the Hilvalkatar wave, into this, the very first wave. It's bringing the Outpost Zaxius wave into it. That first wave, we saw the fifth ring. And in the Oxcrew wave, we saw the fourth ring. So in the Mortal Thorn wave here, we're going into the third ring. Now, they did talk about where there's a couple Mortal Thorn agents that they've named that are talking to each other in these teasers. We'll get those as characters. But other than that, I have no idea. It's going to be really cool to learn how all this meshes and what the Mortal Thorn is exactly, because they sound like they're the good guys, and their main mission right now, once again, just like everybody else, is they want to get to Oleg Thygar. For some reason, Oleg Thygar is the central character, just like in Mythic Legion, Scapular is the did I say that? No, Scapular is not the central character. I think I heard, though, Atlas is the central character in Mythic.
I could probably agree to that.
I think Atlas is the big character in that. Now, that could have changed. I thought I heard that from Jeremy at some point in time, but that could change. Jeremy,
I would like to see another Slog figure, though. Something big, like not to look like Slog exactly, but maybe to have that body of Slog or hands, but definitely different head sculpt, because it seems like people really like Slog. So I'd like to see them try to use that body again for something different, because it would just suck just to have that. I mean, you just have one slot. So I mean, that mold is literally for like just one figure.
I think not only will we get more use on the Slog body, especially since the Crab came out in last year's G-Con Mythic Wave, I think we will get more. They will up the parts on that. And apparently you can pop and swap with them.
Oh, cool.
Curtis confirmed.
Yeah, Curtis has confirmed that. So I also believe they're working on, and I have no info. It's just I think it's time that they're probably working on upgrading the troll body, and maybe at some point we're going to get a fire troll.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
With the upgraded troll bodies, maybe some joints within the knees of the trolls this time, better movement, better swappability, maybe.
Well, do you think they would ever bring that troll mold to Cosmic?
Why not?
I mean, like cosmic beast. You know what I mean? You know, like maybe like redo his arms or something, or I don't know.
I don't think they will until they redo that troll body, because you're not seeing a new troll and you haven't seen a new one for so long because they've got to update it. So
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
mean,
we'll be working on.
it would be sick to see a huge cosmic like troll. I mean, it doesn't have to be called a troll. They have to call it something cosmic.
Right.
But something related to that would be definitely.
And there's
pretty
probably
cool.
more you can do with it on like a cosmic level as well, right? I mean, you have more options.
There might be, because it seems, obviously one of our sponsors, Immortal Collections, they've been known to use trolls and whatnot. Perry does. So I mean, I've seen people get crazy with it, but like, what was the one where they had the alligator? I think Immortal had the alligator head, or it was alligator head on the troll, and then they put the alligator tail on there. It was sick.
Yeah, and Brad mentioned Immortal Collections. They are not only our sponsors here, but they are an absolutely amazing third-person Legions company. Get to know them at the shows. Get to know them. What they come up with, because it is fire. You're talking about Carlo. You're talking about Tristan, who just had a post on the Cabal about a project he's doing, and Jenny, Carlo's wife, Tristan's mom. They are awesome. So get to know that name, everybody out there.
They're big into cosmic as well. So
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see. I like big figures though. I think that's why I always say that. Like, give me all the big stuff. Give me that. Give me the. I want the full giants. Like, give me the full giants.
Now, if a half giant is 9 inches tall, okay, figure. A full giant should be 18 inches tall, and people are talking about, no, it should be 3 foot. Why wouldn't it double a half giant?
No, I agree. I think he should be a very tall 18 inches.
Well, he is going to be tall. The trolls are 13 inches tall. So if a giant's 18 inches, look how much bigger than a troll that's going to be.
I mean, I guess even if you cut it in half of the 9, like give us 4.5 added on to the normal body. So I want at least like a 10, 11 inch, possibly 12-inch figure. That would be sick.
Oh, I think you'll get bigger than that.
Yeah. But yeah, if he's bigger than that, then yes, please.
Yeah, but people talking about 3 feet, what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not that big. They might as well be called Mythic Legion Amazonia.
Well, now, the only way I would agree to that is if we could get then mounts for the full giants to ride the dragons.
Oh, yeah.
So then you could, have the, 3D printing people to make some sort of mount to go on the dragon, have that dude riding it.
Oh, dude, I think you'd be too big for the dragon.
Yeah, you need a bigger dragon.
Yeah. Then we need a bigger boat.
Well, our last bit of news here, guys, is apparently we have emails going out from what Jeremy said last week on Mythic Conversations for intern for a day. Has anybody in the chat, Brad, have you, or Cal, if you put in for it, have you guys got an email? I have not yet, stating you want intern. I have not.
I have not. I'm sorry.
Okay. So we still don't know if they're going out.
I wouldn't expect them to go to my junk mail, but I will check that just in case.
Well, if no one's talking about it on the Cabal, have you guys seen anybody on the Cabal talk about it? It's probably they haven't started sending them out, maybe?
I have yet to hear. Because I assume soon as somebody gets an email, it's going to be on.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna be like, I got it, thank you, praise Lord Jesus, But yeah, now speaking of intern and big figures, when at the old studio when you first walked in, and there's that huge display case off to the right. I mean, it's all over, but the one off to the right specifically that had the 2-ups of the Gothotropolis figures. It had the 2-ups of the Minotaurs. I mean, it was like the Seventh Kingdom. And I remember somebody asking me, if you could walk out of here right now, would say, hey, you can take one thing. What would you take? And I said, I would go right over to that case. I'd either get one of the 2-up birds, or I'd get the Gothotropolis Scarabus 2-up. Was pretty cool. In fact, I really liked him. But yeah, the Minotaur though. Then there was the Minotaur, the 2-up Minotaur, and I'm like, and I was like, but yeah, God, I'm so envious. I've seen him multiple times, so it's still cool to go there and check those things out in that case. And there's so much other cool stuff in that case, but that's just a few little things that are cool.
So, Brad, you do know what we're doing if the zombie apocalypse happens. The first thing we do is we go right to Little Falls, New Jersey.
Can I just hold it? Can I just hold it?
We're fortifying Four Horsemen Studios. Those zombies ain't getting those figures.
A solid plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? I have a good question.
Yeah.
I know BB Props was next to the Horsemen at their studio, and I felt like BB Props and them were kind of like this together.
Yeah,
a little bit, even though they were two separate.
I think off of BB Props.
Now, is BB Props moving with them, or
No.
Okay? So now is BB? Well, I mean, BB Props is probably still staying there.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's their warehouse.
That's the location now. Now, I'm assuming they're still going to be working together. They just actually have their own separate.
I'm sure if they have projects, everybody the Horsemen work with love them, and I think vice versa. And I wouldn't see why they wouldn't keep working together if the need arose.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, Brad, do you want to shout out everybody in the chat, buddy?
I could go to the top. If I remember correctly, I think it was Dave Orkin says, hey, hey, hey. Then we had Mr. C, Fitty Fitty, evening gents. JMax77, good evening, and see everyone soon in the lovely state of Ohio. JMac, we are looking forward to seeing you, my friend. James, Studio Smoodio. Hello, my friends. Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Collectible Fun 241. Freaks Figures. I see here that he got his power back on. His power has been restored as early today. Felt so good to take a shower and turn on my AC. Now it's time to get stuff finished for CarverCon. Yes.
Priorities. That's good stuff.
We had the lovely Darla Ackerman. Hey there.
I'm coming for capes, Darla. Max red capes. I'm coming.
Eric Miller, EM Customs. Good evening, gents. Let's see. I am TJ Williams. What is going on, my sir? Oh, the Pin Man. He's the Pin Man.
He's a fellow tribeman.
Oh,
He
yes. David Luton. Broder and me are glad to be here. This guy, I wish this guy was doing radio, don't you?
His voice.
He has the perfect voice to be doing radio.
Oh my God, I'm
In
jealous.
fact, maybe me and him should we should get him to be on a podcast together. We need his voice.
It's awesome. He's a big dude.
Swindlex. Howdy y'all.
Oh, I can show off.
Good evening, everyone.
Someone was detected.
We need a 3-foot female.
Well, you do that, I'm going to show off my He-Man custom.
Swindlex says, I put in for it. Yes, I hope you get it, my friend. Hope you get it.
We sure
Jesse
do.
Marshall, good evening, everyone. Yeah, J-Mac, keep checking those emails, because I think it should be coming around the corner. There is the Master Twizzler 19.
Twizzy.
Jeremy Bollinger. Good evening to everyone. And to you, sir.
And Twizzler. I'm coming for capes and brushes. Art by Ackerman. I'm going to lose a lot of money to you in a couple days. Twizzler.
25?
What's that? 25 for the brush set. And then I'm sure the capes are 20 or 25. They'd be worth every penny. Twizzler is our game master with our Mythic Legions, the role-playing game crew. And our crew is called Legions Unleashed. So we cannot wait to see what Twizzy has for us.
When I say who's the master, you say show Twizzler. Mike, have you seen The Last Dragon before?
Never.
Oh my God, Mike.
Oh, you're missing out. I mean, I haven't seen that in like probably about 30 years, but whew.
Show enough.
Listen, I know this is going to upset people. I never saw Conan the Barbarian until like 2 years ago. And it was so bad. It was so awful.
You know what's funny?
That I won't watch Conan the Destroyer.
No, I would still watch that one. That one might be a little better.
Okay.
But I actually, it's funny. I just watched it, and I can't think of the chick's name, the princess in that movie. But at the end of the movie, she's basically like, "Hey, be my king next to me," and he's like, "I'll be king on my own somewhere else." And I'm like, "Bro, what are you doing? You just walked out." Like,
was that the first one?
No, that was the second one.
That's the second one, yeah.
I'm like, he just straight walked out like hot shit.
That's a fucking man move there.
Dude, it was, and they just shows him walking away like, "See you later, bitch. I'm out of here."
Bitch, I've got my own kingdom.
Of course, I was over there going, "This guy's an idiot. He had this beautiful woman."
Oh, come on. She's going to turn into some big, fat, nasty.
It's like the end of Dumb and Dumber. It's like
oh my God, Swindle What's that sad? Like, it's better in Red Sonja than in the Conan movies. I'll die on that hill. Curtis is very strong with this. He is very strong with this. I don't know if I certainly agree, but I always tell the story. I let my son watch it. He was kind of young. We were going through all the Arnold movies, and we got to that one because I had a whole bunch of Conan action figures, so we wanted to see the movie. And of course, I have it on Blu-ray, so I put it in. We start watching it, and I was shocked, absolutely shocked at how much ass Arnold was getting. The many times I had to fast forward it, I was like, "Oh my!" And he's like, "Dad, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Just."
It's Conan, I swear.
When he throws the lady in the fire, he's like, "Ah!" I was like, "Oh my God!"
So there's a third Conan movie called Red Sonja.
No. It's a different movie. He's not Conan in that movie.
Yeah, no.
Oh, but so when did this Red Sonja movie come out?
Around the same time. That was what was her name? It was like Rocky's wife, right? No, like Sylvester Stallone's wife.
Adrian.
No, not her.
Bridget Nielsen, but
Bridget Nielsen. Yeah. Ivan Drago's wife. Yeah.
So what did? So they had a Red Sonja movie, and Arnold was in it. He wasn't the star.
Wow. Well, I think she was also such a bad actress that he had to be able to out act her, right?
This comment right here is amazing, and we love you for it. Are you allowed to say Red Sonja on a Legions podcast without someone spamming and telling everyone there's already a Red Sonja?
No. Put away your red hair. Put away your red hair.
Yeah. That was so bogus. I can't believe that even happened, but still.
Well, I don't think it was. I mean, they have a good working relationship with that studio, too. I think that's more of the attorney that was involved. So, but anyways, so
I like how he didn't spell it right, so he can say it.
Yeah,
but hey,
it shows you how far they came from. When was Conan made? 79, 80,
80s.
82, yeah,
82, when they did Predator and Terminator.
Predator was 87. Terminator was 85.
85. How far they came in just 2-3 years, because that Conan's worthless movie. Worthless. And Predator and Terminator are masterpieces.
I mean, what else did he say in Terminator besides "I'll be back" or "I'm looking for Sedekana"?
Yeah.
Have you seen Sedekana?
Do you know he did not want to play the Terminator because the Terminator only had like 27 lines?
Yeah.
And Cameron was like, "No, dude, you're going to be the perfect Terminator. You know him. I'll try to give you more lines. This is going to be."
I love watching that interview. I've watched the James Cameron one too, where he's actually like, "Yeah, he was basically trying to tell me how to do my job." And then say, "I will be back." He's like, "No, I'll be back." You know what I mean? And he's like telling him to shut the hell up. He's like, "Shut
Just do it," and it became one of the most iconic lines ever.
"I need your boots, your clothes, and your motorcycle. Give me your clothes now."
Give me your clothes. Well, we got anybody else in that chat?
Let me make sure. We got David Luton. We got Brian Cowell. Evening all. Excited to meet you all this weekend. Yes. We cannot wait. Let me make sure. And I missed the Pat Boyle. Hi, everyone.
Evening, Patrick. He is the game master of all masters there.
And we have Kevin Pop here, but passing out. But this one
here, but
yeah, I mean it's we do have to speak about this. Hey fellas, excited to see you in a few days. Carver Customs. So I will put up this.
That is our boy Brian Lynn. Lynn. And yes, put that up. I forgot that how did I forget that in the news?
Well, we were just waiting for Brian to come in, and that's what we were waiting for. Pow! So yes, this Saturday, July 11th, Cherry Valley Hotel, Newark, Ohio, will be the first inaugural CarverCon. It is, and probably is going to be, the second biggest Legion's focused show of the year. I would agree with that, because so many vendors are going to be there that are already at Legion's Con. So this is kind of like a little halfway point before you get to Legion's Con. So don't wait for Legion's Con.
I am officially dubbing CarverCon Little Legion's Con.
Nice.
Ooh, I like that. Little Legion's Con.
And you know what state Little Legion's Con is in? Little Legion's Con is in Ohio, people. Ohio. If you don't come this year, you're going to miss out on Little Legion's Con. And I guarantee you they're going to double everything next year, because everybody's going to find out how amazing Little Legion's Con is. And they'll be going next year for sure.
I don't think they're cheaper at the door, because it says right here they are $15. So I'm assuming they are still $15 at the door.
Yeah.
I think when I bought them on Eventbrite, they were $15, but there was a fee. I think I paid the fee.
There's $2. Yeah,
mine was $2 or something. $17.50 or something.
Now, if I identify as not 53 and 11 years old, do I get in for free?
That sounds legit. I think that works. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Well, maybe yeah. Yeah.
I already bought my ticket though.
Oh,
Okay.
we can hawk him at the door.
There you go. You can get them for $15 at the door, but I'm selling this one for $50.
Yeah.
Nice. That's Eric. Eric will be representing the studio because our own Eric Miller is a Buckeye from Ohio, and yes, he does work full time for the studio.
Yes, Eric Miller, and then Collectible Fun 241. It will be my first time in Ohio.
Okay. This is bullshit here because he shouldn't have fun in his name if he's never been to Ohio before, because that fun should not be added until he's been to Ohio. Am I right?
Sorry, I've never been to Ohio either. So,
well, you haven't had true fun yet. Pack the family
that's
up.
why it's not in my name. We have a Newark in New Jersey. It's not the same though.
Yeah, you guys do. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a much scarier place.
Like logistics questions. If I come from Michigan to CarverCon, do I have to remove my plate so I don't get pulled over by the Ohio State Police?
Oh no, you're good to go, buddy. You're good to go. Now I can't promise when you pull into any place close to Columbus with Michigan plates on that your car won't get egged or anything like that.
We've been known to see a Pennsylvania and Michigan plate and just let them pass. We've been known to.
We love Michigan.
We've been known not to pit maneuver them as they go by. It's all right. No. In fact, when me and Mike were driving to Michigan, I thought they go fast. I thought they drive fast around where we're at. But boy, Michigan is, like where we're at. There are times where, like, when I go to New Jersey, I'm like, I fit right in because I'm like, dude, like, you got to be ruthless a little bit in some of these parts. You can't just be like, oh, hey, can I come over? You got to be like, no, I'm coming in. I got my blinker on and I'm coming in. There's nowhere to go, but I'm coming in. And there, you got to do it. When I got to Jersey, I was like, oh my god, like this is crazy. But it was like all the time.
Yeah, you don't use your blinker in Jersey. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Like, because then people get noticed.
Remember Mike's like, I can't believe you beeped your horn at the guy. I was like, it was at a four-way stop.
Was this Michigan?
No, when we were in Jersey, I was at a four-way stop and I was making a left, and the guy over here it was his turn, and he goes, and the guy behind him just rides his bumper and goes with him. But it was my turn, and I'm like, what are you doing? And so I went, then of course he pulled in the gas station, and I was like, I think he wants some. You're gonna get us killed. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. But
yep.
Brad the Warrior, man.
But Michigan, when I was in Michigan, the rule here in Ohio is, obviously we know about the 5-mile gentleman's agreement, but in some parts, it's 70, so you can do 80 as long as everybody else is doing 80. But I wouldn't go any faster than that. But in Michigan, I was doing 80, and I was being passed by everybody.
Oh, you were like,
okay. So I'm like, so I start hitting, I'm on cruise. So I hit like, plus. The next thing you know, I'm like plus. Next thing you know, I'm like up to 85, like 90, and I'm still getting passed. So I was like, holy shit, like, this is insane. Like, what the hell? So Michigan, you guys definitely. Yeah. That was up closer to Grand Rapids area. Muskegon area, in that area. No. It was like the further we went up into Michigan, the faster they were going.
Brad, let me ask you this: when do I have to be at your house on Friday? Have we decided that?
Well, I guess it doesn't have to be too early. It doesn't seem like
Have
it.
you talked with Brian at all?
I have not. If Brian's still in the chat, let us know what time we should leave because it takes us about 2 hours.
2 hours it'll take us to get down there. Well, you give me a time, okay?
I mean, like I said, if we left at 10 and got there at noon, but I mean,
If you drive Michigan style, you can leave later. So
yeah, a little bit.
We'll catch up.
yeah.
Nice.
Mike's the one that's always like, "You're cutting so much time, dude."
Yeah, I'm like, "Holy shit, you're good." Well, hey, I will tell you guys this. I went from the Cook County Jail in Chicago to the Summit County Jail in Akron in like 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Damn.
Maybe a little bit more. It was insane. But I was doing insane speed where I was in an unmarked. But I can say that now because I'm no longer a cop. Yeah. We made good time.
Tesla, their auto brakes automatically kick in. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Ohio will give you a new appreciation for fun, like smelling horse shit. Will find you a new appreciation for flowers. Well, we have other stuff. So you're driving, and all of a sudden you smell the pig manure, and then you smell the horse manure, and then the chickens. Yeah. It's out there. It's out there. We do have rural areas, I guess you should say. Chris. Yes, Chris was at my house, so I know Chris has been to Ohio. I know you have, Chris.
Nice. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris was at your house. That's awesome.
People visit Ohio. They do sometimes. We paid them, but Michigan going through that sounds about right. The math is adding up. The math is adding. Oh, all right. I think.
Well, are we ready to get into this interview?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Ready when you are.
I'm going to introduce our guest. Our guest tonight is a published fantasy author and a Legions collector. He is the creative mind behind the Drowned Realm book series. Welcome, Mr. Kal Uddin. How are you doing, sir?
Great. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Just excited to talk shop, talk about the books, and it's also really awesome to be part of this community. Sorry, my ring cam is going off, but I've been, I think, part of the Cabal and Legions for I think about 4 years now, and it's been a hell of a time, like since the beginning. There you go.
So I'm going to start this interview off right like this. If you are going to Legions Con this year, Kal, you're going to be there, correct?
Absolutely. Yep.
Books. I was there last year. I got all 3 books that are out in his Drowned Realms series. And not only can you get those books, but he signs every one. And he just doesn't sign it. He signs it. Like, and what it says here, I mean, unbelievable. He says, Mike, you're an inspiration. As Amir Kaspar, as one half of the Amazing Legions layer, I have used your inspiration to help me past any mental writing blocks I've ever had. In fact, I have your picture up on my wall to give me inspiration. That is beautiful.
It's true. I wrote all that. Yeah.
Look at that.
That sounds
did not write any of that, but what you did write was very nice. Very.
I'm pretty sure the first book was dedicated to you as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Mike left that out. He's humble.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, let's get into this, guys. So let's start from the beginning, Kal.
All right.
Can you talk about early on your love for comic books?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a good thing we started talking about Conan because like now we don't have to like reveal our ages, but it was one of those things. It kind of just happened organically. My mom used to like take me grocery shopping with her to like I don't know if you guys had Pathmark out in like Ohio, but they always had like this newsstand there, and I was like always intrigued. And then one day I just asked her if I could grab a couple comic books. Like it was like Spider-Man, Punisher, and then I mean I don't know how big you guys are into comics, but what really got me going was Jim Lee's X-Men. I think any kid growing up in the '90s who was exposed to Jim Lee's like artistic style, like you couldn't not be inspired. And like if anything, I was kind of an idiot back then because I didn't realize how valuable some of the comic books I had were. So I started like drawing like by tracing the covers or tracing like the characters. And whatchamacallit, the first appearance of Carnage in one of the Spider-Man issues like is worth a lot of money. And oh man, there's like pencil indentations all over that cover, so it's probably worth like 5 cents if that now. But yeah, my creativity kind of sparked with just copying those comic book characters, and it kind of went from there. So like I think over time I started like thinking of like my own characters, and it's kind of funny because like I think at the time one of the biggest inspirations was Todd McFarlane, who has his own toy line now, and it's really huge, obviously. But like Spawn and all those, like it was so much fun to try and draw those and just see what they could do with all that art.
Nice. So early on with the comic books, what you're saying is you kind of like drew the comic book characters, but you also made your own characters up.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that creative part?
It was never.
What kind of characters did you make?
So it was basically along the lines of like those X-Men characters. Jim Lee, like I said, he was my favorite one. So once they kind of formed their own comic studio called Image Comics, and like his first team there was I think it was Wildcats, and that kind of like just like, for lack of a better word, no pun intended, spawned my own creativity, like thinking of like what cool characters would look like, and a lot of them look very similar to existing characters. But like I was also, I think, probably in like middle school, high school at the time, so oh, there you go. But yeah, it was one of those things that was more of a pet project where, I was doing it more because like I thought it was cool, and it was just like a next level of creativity than just drawing other people's stuff. And it did never really like went anywhere. It was just an outlet for me at the time. But obviously, that kind of led into like writing, as far as like having original ideas and thoughts in that regard.
Nice. Now, Kal, who was the coolest character you made based off of your comic book drawings? Original character by you. Can you remember any names?
Oh man. I'm trying to think now. That's putting me on the spot.
I find it fascinating.
I think I had one called like Martyr, who is kind of like inspired. I don't know again if how far back your comic knowledge goes, but Jim Lee had one character called Grifter. He was this really cool guy with like guns and like a red mask and like the eye holes and everything, and he was just kind of like kind of like a maverick where, shoot from the hip and like ask questions later kind of thing. And so I tried my hand at making, a comic book character like that. But like, I never necessarily got so far into doing it that I had like storylines and everything. It was more just like drawing stuff that I thought was cool. Most of my summers was just coming home, or like especially before having a job, like basically waking up, like throwing on Metallica on like the stereo and just like drawing for hours and hours. So whatever came to my mind, with that inspiration.
Metallica is awesome.
Yep.
AC/DC is awesome. Oh, Van Halen, Def Leppard. Oh my goodness. So let's transition then from your youth into your college years.
Sure.
You were introduced to Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time book series. In what way did this literature inspire you to become a writer?
Um, Honestly, in on pretty much every way. So going into college, I hadn't really put a lot of thought into where I was going with it. I knew I wanted to be in college and do something, but I was having a lot of trouble my freshman year, just kind of figuring things out. And yeah, my college roommate was one that introduced me to Wheel of Time. He was a big fantasy reader, and that was like, I mean, I had kind of read the Lord of the Rings when I was like in high school, but probably not good enough to grasp it all like for what it was worth. So Wheel of Time was the first one that I really got drawn into. And I think first and foremost, it was the world building. Like, you know, he had what, like 14 books in that series, and you know, I think that's a product of that world just being so huge with like rich characters and landscapes, and the magic system and everything, and every part of that just spoke to me. It was, you know, the first time I think I read anything that was anything like that, and I didn't like. It's kind of, I guess, hypocritical to say now, but when I was in high school, I wasn't like that big of a reader, and so, you know, I didn't honestly, because I didn't know books could be like that. It was all, you know, what you were introduced to in high school, but I had no idea that fantasy was like this in depth, and so it just opened my eyes, and I think it, you know, kind of combined itself with all that love of comic books that, you know what, like I have a story like this that I kind of think I can make too, you know, and that series just opened it all up for me. Just you know, using what was there in Jordan's series, but also like thinking of like my own adventures that I was having with my buddies, you know, stuff like that. There are definitely certain instances in the books that are like, you know, just fantasy versions of things that, you know, I've been through in real life with like by myself or with my friends. So yeah.
Nice. Well, other than what you just said, was there any other authors or influences that pushed you towards a career in writing?
Yeah. So I think as far as fantasy goes, the other big one was George Martin, who I started reading, you know, before it was cool, you know, before the HBO series came. No, but like same thing, you know, the world building in that, like, you know, was just insane. And you know, like his world isn't even that big, but just the history and the mythology behind it all, it was just so cool that there was so much work put into that backstory. And you know, pivoting away from fantasy, the other author that like just really opened my eyes about, you know, what books could be was Michael Crichton. I randomly picked up Jurassic Park and like I think it was Sphere at an airport just to read stuff on the plane when I was, I think, a senior in high school. And the same thing, like I never knew that like books could be like that. I had never really read like sci-fi like that before, so it was just eye-opening to see, you know, what was out there and, you know, what people can do. So those were, you know, the biggest inspirations in terms of writing in general.
Nice. I loved Michael Crichton too. Oh my, the Sphere, Congo.
Yeah.
I think I even read. God, what was that? Read something. It was about. Oh God, like it. Well, anyways, his books were great, and then of course the Jurassic Parks. Great. Okay, Cal, let's can you take us through your journey of becoming a published author? How did this come to be?
Yeah, it's kind of non-traditional because I got a little lucky and fell ass backwards into it. So you know, I'm a teacher by day and author by night. And in one of my previous districts, I had a coworker who was also, you know, an aspiring author. She was a little farther ahead of me in her process, where she had already had an editor. And you know, I just asked her, you know, for contact information. Can you introduce me, or like, you know, just like you know, make that work, you know, like so that way I can just, you know, have a starting point. And so I started working with this editor, you know, was sending her like chapters like here and there. And, you know, over time, I think it must have been about 10 or 12 chapters into Harbinger, which had a very different title at the time as a work in progress. But turns out the editor had a connection with an independent publisher, a small-time publisher who was out in Pennsylvania at the time, and shared it with them. And they reached out to me and said, "Hey, we've read, what you've got so far, and we'd like to, have you as an author under our fiction line." And like I said, it was one of those things where I was like, "There's no way this is supposed to be this easy. Like, what the hell just happened?" But I think the rest is history. Where, I just got really lucky, that like, somebody reached out and offered it to me.
Oh wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of backwards,
Yeah.
like you said, of how it. Wow.
And
My-
so, yeah, the difference though is with independent publishers, it's not like necessarily the same as it goes with like the big ones, like HarperCollins, Penguin, like all those where you have to pitch, you have to have like an agent. Like the independent ones are much smaller, where it's a lot more direct, and so it can be that easy if they really like your work. The only difference is you're not getting like those huge advances like you see, like a lot of the famous ones do. A lot of the legwork is definitely more up to you.
So, did your career or has your career as a high school English teacher aided in this writing process?
Absolutely. And it's one of the reasons why I kind of decided on that career is to be able to be surrounded with like literature and different books and be able to talk shop. I've taught creative writing for, I can't even tell you how many years now. And it's kind of fun because you kind of get to like share the craft with young minds, and like also see like what inspires them and the things that they're into. And I think it kind of works twofold, where they open my eyes into different like social media, different types of media that I never would have heard of. Like, so for instance, I think it was last year, somebody tuned me into Arcane, the anime series, and I was just blown away by like watching that whole thing, like both seasons, where I was like, holy crap, like I've never really been into anime, but I was like, I've been missing out all this time. And so one of my students, like like we were talking about it, and I was like, you need to give me like a list of suggestions of other things that I should be watching that are similar. And she rattled off like a whole list, like in an email of like stuff that she suggested. But that's what I mean, like I think a lot of times we get caught up like thinking that we have to get our inspiration from other professionals in the field, or other people who are accomplished. And sometimes it's the unlikeliest of sources that you get all that from.
Nice. Now, Kal, family is very important to you. How has the support of your wife and two daughters helped you in achieving your goals as an author?
Tremendously. So I think it's the biggest thing has been they've let me do my thing, and I don't know, I'm sure some people will disagree with my train of thought or my perspective on this, but like I've never been the type to say you have to give up on your dreams just because you have kids. I think there's value in still pursuing them, to to show your children like this is what it looks like to pursue what you really want to go after. And to be to be clear on that, like Harbinger, like book one, I started realizing like when my first daughter was like an infant, that I was like, holy crap, like if I really want to write this book, then it's kind of now or never. I'm already losing sleep by like being up all hours of the night anyway, so I might as well use it like writing. And I finished that like first book while she was like still a baby. And same thing, like I kept plugging along as my kids got older. When they would go to sleep, that would be my writing time. And so I think in terms of like support from my family, it's always been like, well, if this is what you want, like as far as like they're concerned, then go after it. So last year, I remember I was really bummed out because I had applied to get a booth at like a bunch of places, like New York Comic Con, Chicago's one is called C2E2, and then New York brought back something called BookCon like this year, and I got waitlisted for all three of them. And then like sure enough, in like February, I found out that I managed to get a table at C2E2 and BookCon, and like I was nervous about like one, talking to my wife about it, and two, like being excited about it. And essentially it was, all right, well, like, what time is your flight going to be out to Chicago? Because I can drive you, like that kind of stuff. And like, what, like the girls have softball this weekend, like, we'll make it work with like me and your parents and whoever to, to drop them off and to do all that kind of stuff. And like I said, it was never a second thought from any of them, like, that you shouldn't do that because we have our own things going on. And, it's a kind of a dream to, to have that kind of like unwavering support. I feel like, I like sometimes I almost feel guilty that, it's like no questions asked.
Nice. It's definitely makes it a lot easier having a support system like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about your Drowned Realm series.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Can you give us a synopsis on this high fantasy world?
Yeah. So yeah, usually my pitch, it kind of traces back to all that inspiration growing up with like comic books, because it definitely had a big influence on what I wanted to write. And so this is basically a fantasy version of like X-Men, where all of our main characters, they so I guess I'll give you the mythology of it. Like a couple thousand years before book one even begins, the god of this whole world, he's called the Origin. He sends out 5 prophets. They're called harbingers in the story, to like fix humanity, set everything right, like cleanse the sins and all that. And these 5 harbingers, they do that. They succeed. In the aftermath, one of them turns on the other 4 and just kills them out of like jealousy, insecurity, right? And before he manages to finish them off, they confine him to an island. So this is our main world. And so he's stuck like far off in the ocean, like away from there, where like he is so deathly afraid of like the open seas and the water that they figure, this is enough to contain him. He's stuck there. He's not going anywhere. He's like a brother to us. And so we can't kill him, but this should do the trick. And so over time, he starts figuring out ways to connect back with humanity, whether it's like pirates, sailors, passersby, to the point where he starts gaining a following, generationally, like even, over like hundreds and a couple thousand years. So by the time book 1 begins, he's ready to get his revenge. He, is still angry, and he's got people ready to support him. He's just got to figure out how to get back to our main world to get his generational revenge. And like I said, that's where our main characters kind of come into play. They're all descendants of one of those dead prophets that he killed. That's our like magic lineage right there. So it's only that bloodline that can manipulate magic. So it's obviously going to be up to them to save the world from him. And they manipulate magic in different ways. Like I said, that's where that X-Men influence kind of comes into play, where each character manipulates it differently. You have like one character who can wield fire, another one's a healer, one who has like enhanced senses, things like that. So that way, I also felt like it was a kind of a fun way to raise the stakes, where if somebody dies, you lose that ability. If you have a healer and all of a sudden he's killed, then sorry, we can't rely on that anymore. And so book 1 is more coming of age, where they're kind of like on the run. So the catch is, even though they're tasked with saving the world, their own king doesn't buy into any of that mythology. He sees our magic as like the evil part of humanity, and he's having his armies hunt and kill like these heroes, even though they're supposed to be saving the world. And so book 1, like I said, very coming of age. They're looking to just survive, looking for other people like them, looking for a safe space. They're definitely in fight or flight mode. And as the series goes on, they grow up, they become more adult, they kind of get more confident with like what they can do and who they are. And by book 2, it's like a much different story in terms of these main characters are concerned.
So I'm trying to get a feel. So there's humanity. I'm setting myself up for this because I'm going to go into reading all 3 books here. So humanity needed cleansing, and the big god sent 5 harbingers down
Right.
to cleanse them, and each harbinger dealt with maybe magic. One
They
dealt with what are the 5 different things they dealt with?
so they also had their own abilities. And so uh basically the one that's left, what his specialty was being able to kind of connect with other people's minds, right? And so that way, like, it was like kind of a extra way to convince people to kind of set them right, right? And so that's why it's also a very dangerous thing if you're using it for evil, obviously. And
Yeah.
so I mean, it's not much of a spoiler, but that's how he starts being able to gain his following, in the first place by like somebody accidentally being too close to his island and, like just being able to make those types of connections. And so,
And and then the other 4 harbingers, he kills them or they entrap him and they live. I'm trying.
um,
If that's not supposed to be given away until you read the book. I
well, it's
don't get.
assumed that like so you kind of learn about it as the characters are, but the mythology is that he kills 3 of them. The 4th one, in the process of confining him, basically what he does is he floods the world, right, and confines him to like a small island. That's why it's called the Drowned Realm series. Is what he does. What the other one does, he can manipulate water, and he basically floods the world so that way where most of humanity is protected from him, and he's confined to this like tiny little place that's remotely
Okay,
like just
so
distant from everybody else. Yeah.
the fourth harbinger might have lived or died. We don't know
No,
that.
he died. Yeah, he died in the process.
So
Yep.
all 4 of them have died.
Right.
So it'll be interesting then to see how these harbingers, when they came down, how they cleansed everything. And obviously it sounds like, if it's an X-Man vibe, that each one of them gave some individuals powers. And then
Not
it's
quite.
okay. But it sounds like, from what you just said, that the normal people now are hunting them.
Well, so there's a separation. So the original harbingers, they've all been like, by the time book 1 opens, it's been a couple thousand years since they all died. All right. And so our main characters, they're all just descendants of, so that one harbinger who flooded the world, that his bloodline is like the one that can wield magic now in the present day, like once like the story actually picks up. And so that's our only lineage of magic users. And his name is Darian. He's like, it's all descendants of Darian that can wield magic in different shapes and form. But I also created rules to it. Like I felt like there should be a way to ground it, and so you can only attain magic. It manifests in you. It's called the manifestation. Basically, you only attain it like when you're a kid in like a basically do or die situation, and their faith in like their god is what gets them like out of that situation. He kind of manifests like his grace or glory or what have you into these kids when they're like in this situation, and the situation dictates how it manifests. Like so, like that's why I said like each one manipulates it differently. It's all because they're all in different situations. Like you'll have like one character who can absorb energy because his father was abusive, and like those beatings, it was the only way to like to stop it. Things like that. Another one that can see in the darkness. Again, same thing, because the situation when he was a child dictated that. So that being said, these magic users, like it also it takes a toll on them if they use it too much. You can definitely die by overexerting yourself, or go through withdrawal by like drawing too much power at one time, and then kind of turning into a junkie by trying to like chase that like that feeling again. And we do see those kinds of things like throughout the series as well.
Nice, you got me. I'm going through these books. Awesome. It sounds like it's going to be a very good read. This needs to probably become a movie at some point in time. So maybe 10, 15 years down the road, you never know, guys. Jump on these books now. before movies start coming out
That's
on
the
the.
dream. I just got to meet the right people.
Okay, well, let's go into the next set of questions on the Drowned Realm series. Okay. How many current books are out?
So we have 3. Rise of the Red Harbinger is 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Ghost of Asher is 2.
There we go.
And World on Fire is 3. And a little bit of a reveal. Book 4 I'm working on right now. That'll be the final one. That's called The Song of Origin. And that, like I said, working on that right now. It's looking like a 2028 release, like early 2028. And like I said, that'll be the end of the series right there. It'll be nice and clean, and tied it up. Like I was hoping for a trilogy, but it would have been way too big of a book to get it all done. Just because book 4 is going to be probably a good size bigger than book 3 as it is.
Okay, so that was The Song of Origin.
Yep.
Okay, that is the last and the 4th book in the Drowned Realm series, The Song of Origin. And Kal, you believe it might come out sometime in 2028.
Yep, that's the plan. I'm 99% sure. So,
Okay.
I'm chugging along as you know as we speak.
So possibly I can buy the book off of you, Legions Con 2028.
That's the
nice. Nice. That'll give me plenty of time.
Yeah, exactly. You got time.
Other 3 books, yeah. Let's see here. We got through the books and titles, and we already talked about the new book that you are working on, the last one. How can viewers purchase these books?
So you can find them online at Amazon, at Barnes and Nobles. I believe even Walmart might have them online. You could also reach out to me directly, like on my Instagram page. I'm always happy to like send them out that way, because that way I get to sign them out to you and, write like such a great dedication like I did to yours. And I feel like, especially for, people who, like that kind of thing, it's a nice touch, to be able to do that for them. And so I never have a problem like people reaching out and asking, if they can just buy one for me, like through that way. And then, I just mail them out. So that way, like I said, it gets like signed and inscribed and sent straight to you.
So not only did I receive the books at the con when I bought them off of you, but you had little photos. Little photos of the world. Yep. Now I take it these are just photos. A bunch of these photos together make up probably the whole world map, correct?
Yeah, so the world kind of grows as the series goes on, and that was the thing with book 3. There's 2 new parts of the world that people kind of get exposed to, that readers kind of get to see in book 3. And as a matter of fact, in book 4, there's going to be another new map, coming along with that, just because we get to see, another part of the world. So, yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, once again, they go to Amazon if they don't want to wait for Legions Con.
Yep.
And they order them through Amazon. Boy, nice. And these are beefy books. These are going to be a good read. Yeah.
Thanks. It was a lot of fun writing them too. So.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together when I was reading about each book.
Yeah.
About the X-Man thing, about like the X-Man type theme thrown into fantasy. I think that's interesting. Wow. Very cool. So let's transition now into how did you start collecting Four Horsemen Studio product?
All right, so I don't know if he's watching it all, but one of the first, author events I ever did was at like a local high school that does like kind of like a holiday bazaar, and I figured, you know what, it's close, it's local, it supports a good cause, like, you know, I need to get myself out there. And so what is it? Everett Miller just happened to stop by my table and was like, you know, he obviously bought the books, but he's like, you know, I'm like a fan of this toy line called Four Horsemen, and you know, especially the mythic legions. Like this is right up there with like what they do. You should definitely check out, like, you know, if you could get a table there for the next one, or you know, anything like that. And you know, that was, I think, in like December of like one year, so it definitely, you know, took some time to, you know, to wait for the next one. But he was like, you know, the person's name that you should reach out to, his name is Jeremy Gerard. Just email him and, you know, see if he would, you know, be up for, you know, offering you a table, yada yada yada. And so, you know, I took his advice. I figure, you know what, it's just, you know, another awesome outlet for me to look into. And you know, what's the worst that could happen? And to be, you know, to be fair, Jeremy did warn me. He's like, you know, I can't guarantee that this will go well for you. It's like, you know, having your own like sci-fi toy at like a Star Wars convention. You know, people will be interested, but I, you know, I can't promise you that, you know, they're gonna want what you have, you know. And he was cautionary, and I figured, you know what, that's fair. I really like loved the honesty, and you know, it wasn't like he was just saying yes because, like, you know, I want you to put up money for a table, you know. And it was really genuine thing. And again, I figured, you know what, the worst that happens is it doesn't go that well, and I just know for next time. So I was like, you know what, let's do it. And so the best part was my first Legions Con, I was in like one of the side rooms, which I think now they use for the armory. And Everett came over and he's like, like, I have a couple figures that you can use for a table because I know that you're new to this, and probably haven't had a chance to pick anything up yet. And so he gave me like a couple of nights and, maybe like something else just to be able to display at the table, just so that way, I felt like I belonged a little bit more. And it was such an awesome gesture that, like, it definitely, made the experience better. And then sure enough, like end of that first day, I managed to get like a figure or two of my own just to, to display as well. But yeah, credit Everett Miller for for introducing to me. And even in the process of like that conversation I had with him and leading up to my first Legions Con, I remember pre-ordering a couple figures, like, just to be able to kind of get a little familiar with it. So, the rest is history. Like, as time has gone on, I've definitely, I don't want to say my collection is huge, but definitely, gotten some really cool figures in the process.
Nice. Everett Miller. When did we have Everett on? It was
like 10 episodes ago.
Yeah,
it was just a couple months back we had him on. So.
Incidentally, he is the only one we had to cancel on because I double booked. I was an idiot. It was the only time I double booked and the only time we had to cancel. But we got him on a few weeks after that.
Yeah,
maybe a month after that, on an off week. So yeah, good dude.
The nicest guy.
He is a good dude. Yeah, we've known him for a while.
So tell us, Cal, about Legions Con 2025. What was that experience like for you?
Honestly, that was actually my best one so far. I think especially with like book 3 coming out last summer, so it was new and a lot of people hadn't had it yet. But also same thing, like with having more figures to be able to display. And that's kind of the fun thing with Legions is like, I try to look for the ones that like look similar to, my own characters and, use them as displays. But I mean, bless you. You guys know, like the Cabal, everybody who comes is so awesome and so friendly. And, like you'll be next to one person who's got the dioramas, somebody else who has their own toy line or, customs or whatever. And, bless you. And so, like, I think the fun thing is even people who aren't necessarily, buying my books are having great conversations with me and just talking shop or just talking about inspiration or, common interests. And especially being out in the hallway, I feel like has been a huge benefit because it's less crowded there, a little more space. And the fun thing is Saturday morning, everybody's lined up out there for, to get in for the exclusives and everything anyway. So, they're standing there like, BSing and, they're there for a little while, because they have to wait online anyway. So, it's a lot of fun, even aside from, just selling books at my table. The conversations honestly are like the best parts of it, just like meeting people and, networking with new people. And like I said, as you guys have probably seen, there's people from all over the place, Ohio, like even outside the country, and it's really cool to kind of meet people who follow the same thing that are from all over the world. As a matter of fact, like, there's like a few guys that come from England too, like that I
Yeah.
managed to connect with on Facebook, right? So, and they're really awesome as well.
So, being from New Jersey, when I walked up to your table, just being around Rutgers and all that area of the Big Ten, and knowing how Rutgers football is and how they've been down for a long time, having me come up to the table with that Buckeye blood, with the Buckeye power running through my veins, did it do something to you? Did it jolt you?
You know what? When it comes to like being a fan of like my teams, I'm pretty realistic. Where it's not like you can't call it a rivalry at all, because I think both teams have to be able to win for it to be a rivalry. So I'm very well aware of Rutgers' limitations and where we stand. And it's funny. My nephew goes to Penn State, or actually just graduated from there, and he actually kind of rubs it in too, where like Rutgers hasn't beaten them, so there's not much to talk about. So listen, we've come a long way, because there were years when, like, I mean, you weren't even sure if the Big East still wanted them. Uh, so we're just kind of like lucky to be able to participate.
Nice. Now, how excited are you for Legion's Con 2026?
Oh, I can't wait. It's one of those things that I like. The second it's over, I start looking forward to it again, just because, atmospheres like that, you can't like beat it. And I find myself always like driving home like Sunday night and then Monday morning, kind of like always chasing that high, just being like, oh man, like, like that was so much fun. Like, I can't wait to do it again. Like, just kind of clutching to that feeling. So yeah, I'm really excited to see, what exclusives are going to be out, and like, what new vendors there might be, and, what new news is happening, things like that. So, just, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, no doubt about it.
So, if people want to meet you in person and they can't get to Legion's Con, are there any other cons that you're going to this year?
Yeah, so speaking of waitlisting, I just found that I got waitlisted for New York Comic Con. And so we'll see. I'll find out, I guess, like maybe by the end of August, whether there's like a spot for me, but fingers crossed that I can be there. But another like big, like strictly book one that I do is called Collingswood like Festival, which is a town in South Jersey. What they do is they closed down like their main street to like cars and like all that kind of stuff, to any traffic. All the shops on the side of the road are still open, but like the street is just like lined with like a couple hundred authors. And it's really cool, just because like you can make a whole day out of it. Like, there's food, there's like shops, and then all the books in between. They have like a kids author section, the adult ones, they have every genre you can think of. So that's like the big New Jersey one that I tend to do in the fall.
That
And
sounds
so,
fun.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I think that was the first like big one that I'd ever done. And same thing, it was like, you just get blown away by like that crowd and being surrounded by other people just like you. And there's also a lot of good eats in that area. So there's like a couple of great places for wings. There's like my brother swore that like there was a really good cheesesteak place from there called crap, I forgot the name of it now. But what they do is they put cheesesteaks on a Kaiser roll, and it's different. You can't expect like a Philly cheesesteak, but somebody dubbed it. I want to say maybe it was like Anthony Bourdain dubbed it like the best cheesesteak outside of Philly, which you take with a grain of salt. But regardless, it's a great area. Like even like outside of that main road, there's a lot of cool things to check out. And so I'm hoping to be able to do like the Chicago one again, C2E2, because I did that this past year, and honestly, like from an author's perspective, that was actually a lot better than New York Comic Con, just because the exposure and the space that they gave to authors was actually much better than what New York really provides. So that
And
one was
what
really
was
cool.
that con called in
It's called
Chicago?
C2E2. It's
C2.
Chicago comic and entertainment exhibition, I think it is. Yeah, so it's at like the McCormick Center. But yeah, I was out there back in like March for this year's, and just like an incredible experience. And so that if New York Book Con manages to come back, like I said, this year was the first year they came back since before COVID because they just didn't survive it. Kind of brought it back to New York City this year, and I think even for the organizers, it exceeded their expectations because they only rented out half of the convention center, and it was clear they needed like much more. So hopefully they learned their lesson. But those are the big ones that I try to do every year. Like if people are looking to see me, and I've definitely had situations where people reach out and said like, look, I couldn't make it to Collingswood, or a Queen tribute band. That's a lot of fun. And said like, I couldn't make it, or I just like wasn't around that date. Can you still like, send me a book? And like I said, I'm always down for that. If people are reaching out, that's like the ultimate compliment, as a creator, as an author, people like seeking you out and saying, hey, can I still buy your product? So, like I said, if anybody just can't make it to to an event, then I'm more than happy to do that.
Nice. Speaking of, Dave Orkin said he was there. He just saw a Queen tribute band.
Yeah.
I just saw an AC/DC tribute band.
Oh yeah.
And they were called Dirty Deeds.
Nice.
What a great name. And man, they all looked like the band members.
That's awesome.
That's always good.
And the lead singer
Brian
for
Johnson.
the first hour of the show was Bon Scott.
Oh, really?
Bon
Nice.
Scott sounded just like Bon Scott. And as an AC/DC fan, I know Bon Scott and Brian Johnson sound alike. They really do. I can tell the difference. And when they went into their second set, he came out and he looked like Brian Johnson.
Oh, that's so cool.
Just like Brian Johnson.
That's awesome.
It was crazy.
That's dedication right there. That's how you know they'll be good, is when they're putting that much work.
Mike, what did you do that?
At Jackson Amphitheater.
Yeah. How much was that? I would have went to that.
It was 20. I bought the tickets on that Eventbrite. So the tickets were like $20, but it cost me like 23. And I was like right there at the stage.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh. Brian Johnson, it cuts off because you're going at such a high pitch.
He's getting up there, though. That's impressive.
Hey, dude. So we are going to take Dirty Deeds as a great bit. Nice. Yes, they are. And it's funny, the guy, and I know we're off on a tangent here. I like music. I love concerts. But the lead singer of Dirty Deeds, he goes, listen, someone had made a comment from the audience, and he goes, listen, it was like 100 degrees out. And he goes, I wouldn't be dressing like this if Bon Scott didn't dress like this. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So he just looked exactly like him, and then came out, looked exactly like Brian Johnson. Okay, but Ryan Johnson, why would I even say Ryan Johnson? That is that director.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get angry. I don't of The Last Jedi, that movie. We'll just skip by that guy.
Fair enough.
We're putting you, my friend, Mr. Uddin, into the hot seat.
All right, let's do it.
Wrapping you in. We are going to do an abbreviated version of the hot seat here. Oh, look, he's getting the flames going.
I'm feeling it.
It's not enough for a published author just to get those flames. More. I think Brad likes to usually turn it up to about 500 degrees. So it's going to be toasty on your buns, but I think you can answer these questions and get through it.
All righty, let's go.
Here we go, my friend. What is your favorite Legion's faction or affiliation, and can you explain why?
I'm gonna, I think it's the Arathir line.
Oh,
The army or the Legion of
Arathir. Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's because like it's more looks than anything else. I think that is like probably one of my favorite figures right there. And like I was just blown away seeing like that. Just so intricate and so well done and just so cool to look at. Like that's one of those things that I could just stare at all day. And not to mention Swig is also in that line, right? And like everybody loves Swig.
Well, it's what the largest faction line, right?
Yeah. But even aside from those two, like all the other, what are they? Goblins, I think. In that, yeah. And so, just looking at all the different ones, like it's kind of cool that they all have their own like personality. Like even though they're from the same race, they all look different. They have their own little intricacies that are different. Like from like their facial features to their accessories. Like it's just such a cool line, and I just I think hands down that's my favorite.
Nice. What is your favorite Legion's race, and can you explain why? I think you might have just explained it, but I'm not sure.
I do like the goblins, but I like see, I don't know if they gave them a name, but like some of the like the ones like that are kind of like one-off, like not one-off, like one shot, like I think it's Thrace is like one of them. Yeah, like where they're kind of just like other. I also like, like, and also I like a lot of the ones that like that are blue for whatever reason, like the blue skin. Like, I just think it's a lot of fun. Like, so for instance, like I have.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, like, and I just got her like earlier this year, right? So. Was it Manisha, right?
Cinderhorn, yes.
Cinderhorn, yeah. I just love the color scheme, like, and just the look of all them. Shadow Elves, okay. I think those are really cool too. I'd say that would probably have to be my favorite if I had to go with one.
Yeah, and I think the Shadow Elves are part of the Poxus.
Okay.
Poxus, and why? I mean, so. I don't want to go into too much lore, but I want to say they have like a generic archer for the Shadow Elves. They have a generic warrior, and then they have Manisha's father, who's the king of the Shadow Elves. Right. That's Malachi. Malachi.
He's also Children of the Corn. Malachi.
Awesome, man. Okay, let's trudge on here, man. Let's get into more of these hot seat questions.
Let's go.
What are your 3 favorite Legions figures, and can you explain why? Now you can go from 3 down to 1, 1 to 3. Just let us know which way you're going.
Okay. It's probably not something anybody else is ever going to say, but my favorite one is simple. It's Duban.
That's a freaking
exactly, and that's why I could not like. Yeah, I was like, this is the cover of my first book right here. And so yeah, it just like sometimes just gives me goosebumps to have them displayed, especially like at the table, because it's such a like a remarkable resemblance, and also like such a cool figure to begin with, like with the dark like color tones and like the staff and everything. So Duban is my favorite just because of the connection to my own books. But I mentioned the other two already. Arethyr, like I said, I was just blown away by like seeing that figure for the first time, and I can't wait to get my hands on one of these days, if that's even possible at this point. But like it's just one of those like figures that's so well done that like I've never like I don't think I've ever seen a figure like that in any other line. So just really cool. And just going along with that line, like I think I want to say Swig is my third favorite, just because same thing, like different than what I'd seen before when he came out, and just a lot of fun, just like a fun character. And I think also because like I've seen what all the customs like folks have done with him, and it's just so cool to see like all the different versions of Swig now, that I've kind of gotten a soft spot for him.
So you have Swig.
I do, yeah. He's sitting up here. Mine's plain though. He's normal. So
So let me ask you this: do you bring a Swig to the 1,000 Swig picture? Are you?
I will this year. This past year, 2025, I didn't. I think I don't remember if I just lost track of time, or maybe like didn't get away from my table or whatever it was. But I would definitely like to send him up there, even if I can't make it. Because actually, that's what somebody actually told me. I think last year was like everybody else has like a custom version anyway. So like yours would be great because it's still like normal.
I was about to say there might be like a handful of just normal ones.
Yeah.
If that. And I even think somebody brought an unopened one, and
oh wow.
there's like an unopened one still in the package.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I would like to see more people do that. Don't think you have to customize it,
right?
Because I feel like really we're just trying to get to that 1,000 swigs. So
right.
Swig is there; he's a part of that 1,000 swigs.
Yeah.
I didn't the first year, but last year I brought one. Mike, I think you did too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I got. What I did was a pop and swap. He's right downstairs in the action figure room. I did a pop and swap of Swig and the oh god, I'm trying to remember the video game. What was the male orc from the video game? It was a builder set. The male orc.
Oh, from the War of Aetherblade.
War of the Aetherblade, yeah. So incidentally, those green parts match perfectly with Swig.
Gotcha.
So nice. I made an orc Swig.
Nice.
And he's badass. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yep. It was a total pop and swap. I didn't have to paint anything.
Right.
So those are my philosophy on customizing is I'm definitely one with Jeremy Gerard when it comes to the lazy boy customizing. So my philosophy is if you want to make a good custom, try pop and swapping first as much as you can to get there. Then after you do that, what you need to paint remains, then paint. So if we take a look at He-Man here,
nice.
Okay, this is a pop and swap basically of 5 figures, parts from 5 figures. Mm-hmm. And then after that, then I decided what I had to paint. And, the knife is from Bryophytus, so that had to be totally painted up. Broder's boots, the top parts had to be painted up. Obviously, the harness had to be totally painted up. Paints on both weapons. and I'll have to totally paint up the shield when I do that. But the weapons aren't totally painted up, just parts of them, because the pop and swap allowed for me to only have to paint certain things in order to make the He-Man custom. And let me
you didn't put the titty pauldrons on there.
No, well, He-Man doesn't paint titty pauldrons. But I will tell you, in my brief customizing journey,
It looks great.
Yeah, really
this harness on He-Man hair was the hardest thing I've had to paint. It was difficult, very difficult, and I wouldn't want to.
Bent,
well, it was so
formed, kind of.
Yeah, it was so difficult that I cannot wait for the Four Horsemen Studios to come out with some kind of 1.0 harness for the Barbarians. And if they do that, then I will paint that up to look like He-Man.
Not my He-Man, laugh out loud.
That is my He-Man. That is apocalyptic He-Man. That is Savage He-Man. Not little Filmation, little pansy Filmation that G grew up on. Oh my God! You're not an Orko fan, are you, Cal? Are you an Orko?
I think when I was a kid, I was, but as I've grown up, I kind of realized how corny he was. Yeah.
Yes, just the dumbest character.
Yeah,
more of a Wildor kind of guy.
Oh yeah, I'll take 1,000 Gwildors, and I even hate that movie over Orko. Oh my goodness. But okay, let's get into now. It gets really hot here, Cal. It gets really hot here. Okay, what is your least? And I just want one. Your least favorite Legion's figure out of all Legion's figure, Four Horsemen Studios figures. What is your least favorite and why?
I don't necessarily. I don't know if it's a single one. I didn't like the snakes. And I know a lot of people like them, and so I'm not trying to come at anybody, but I just didn't like the feel of it. It just, I don't know. It just like with the with the anthropomorphic human like snake kind of thing. It just felt off to me, and that was just my thing where I just didn't like the look of it. I think it was pretty cool to make it happen, and same thing with like the what is it, the aquatic ones, but like the snakes, they just weren't for me.
Yeah, nice. I know with the Ninians, the snakes,
yes,
they do look off from the back of the head. There's such a wide gap.
A little bit.
There is, but I think Eric is a master at engineering these things, at sculpting these things. And I think he wanted to have more movement with the head on the snakes. And that's a reason why that is. They do look off in the back of the head, but they are great figures. The sculpted, the scaled lizard type body is really, really cool. And then the other one you said was not the snakes. It was
I was just saying like the aquatic ones I liked. I thought those ones were pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Like the crab and the walrus, and I thought those were a lot of fun. But like I said, the snake line, I just couldn't get into it. It just wasn't for me.
Gotcha.
The Indians, yeah.
Oh boy, I hate to do this to you, but you're gonna get this question too. Okay, Brad, I need you to bring up a picture of Broder of Bjorn Gar.
The seat's getting hotter, isn't it?
Now going to bring up a picture of his tribute figure. Okay. In fact, I got it right here, but you can bring it, Brad.
Let's see.
Oh, right there he is. Look at this figure. Look at his amazing metallic love pillows that are on his pauldrons. This is Brad's tribute figure,
Yep.
Broder of Bjorngar.
It's an awesome figure.
Broder is another name for Brad. They surprised Brad at Legion's Con 2024, the GCOM wave, with this tribute figure. And it is, like I said, I used some of his boots for my He-Man.
That's a tribute right there.
Awesome figure. Awesome figure. But I'm going to have you choose between this figure and another figure that was released the same time. Bring him up. Scapular the Crypt Breaker 2, a.k.a. Emir Kaspar. And that's him. That now
all so much stuff.
All the parts
Look at these little guys. Look at those little guys.
Well, I have a blowgun of power.
That goes a long way. I mean, don't sleep on the blowgun.
It does, man. In fact, the blowgun is the little white gun there. The little white.
There we go.
There you go. Yep.
There's his Emir Kaspar disguise. Now, this is a hot seat like you've never seen. Out of those two tribute figures, Kal Uddin, what is your favorite figure?
So, okay, my answer isn't very straightforward. All right. I think as a figure in general, I like Broder better, but the Emir face on Scapular, like, that takes the cake, right? The mask, that is amazing. And I think that's what tips the scales for me. Like, that version, that's why the Scapular wins.
Oh my god! I did not think I would pull that one out.
That was
Brad,
I mean, just look at that mask.
I kind of think we tied on this one. Because if it weren't for that mask, you would have won.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think Kal needs to get the trifecta.
Oh no.
I think he needs to get the trifecta.
Let me move this out.
Because he basically picked both of us, buddy.
No, like I said, Scapular with the Emir mask, that seals the win for me. So that's why I picked Scapular. But if that's not good enough for you, then let's see what you got. I'm getting used to the heat.
Now being knighted. An official knight of the Legion's Lair by all three swords. Can you show them the swords?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That thing. I don't know what sword that is.
This little bastard here.
It's a lion sword. Oh my goodness. Wow. Leodicius.
I think this is the sword that you may have seen Joe Russo walking around the con a few years ago with this. It's not his. I have the same one. You have the Apollonian sword.
Is that the actual Conan?
It is.
Oh,
that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Look at it here. Me and my friend both have Conan swords.
Gonna have to get you the Red Sonja sword now.
Curtis, you watching?
If I'm gonna watch Red Sonja, do I have to watch Conan? So is that part of the Conan lore?
No.
Okay,
so.
It's different. Okay.
I wish they would play it more on TV.
Now I'm gonna have to rewatch them all just to kind of remember it all.
Because I'd like to see it again. It's been a while since I watched it.
So is she
watched the second Conan just recently?
Is she easy on the eyes, Red Sonja?
Yeah.
She hot? Because you said she wasn't a very good actress. Okay.
Here we go. It's 1985.
1985.
Yeah, 1985.
You're bringing up a picture for Arnold?
There's a 2025 Red Sonja.
20. Oh wow! There's a new Red Sonja out.
Okay. We didn't hear anything about it. What happened with that?
Is it in the movie theaters?
It says Red Sonja 2025.
Maybe it hasn't come out yet.
It's
wow!
probably Netflix or some bullshit.
Oh yeah, straight to streaming.
Oh, I don't get streaming. Shoot.
Red Psalm.
Well, there was also a new Conan, right? With who is it? Like Jason Momoa or something?
Oh, I love that Conan.
Was it good? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was good. It was 2012 or something.
I
Oh,
watched that one, and I think it was okay. I think it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
I
You know
like
what's
Jason.
funny is I didn't know who Jason Momoa was at that time.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I think he what? I don't even know if he was on Game of Thrones yet.
I think that was that was probably like very early in his career.
Dude, I knew Jason Momoa from I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Remember Baywatch?
Oh, that's right, he was on.
Yeah.
That was a series. But you are right. He was on that. Son of a bitch. Yeah. Damn.
Baywatch and all the.
I heard they were bringing that back, and I said they got to have the Hoff, and I think they said Hoff's going to be there, so we'll see.
Oh wow! How else are you going to get people to watch?
Yeah, exactly. Toby, you got to get Toby.
Wow.
She is easy on the eyes, but a terrible haircut.
Well, this is the time of the show now where everybody in the chat give Brad your questions for Kal, and he's going to read them. I'm going to throw Brad.
Oh.
Let's go with your question first that you always ask. Maybe Kal has some insight on that.
Well, I ask everybody this. Obviously, you said you were going to Legion's Con this year, so we assume you're probably going to go to G-Con on Friday.
Hopefully, yeah.
Is there anything that you are anticipating, or anything that you can speculate that may appear at this year's G-Con, or what maybe you want to appear?
Oh man. As far as speculating, I have no information.
We have nothing. Yeah, nobody tells us.
Yeah.
Riddle.
I think the thing I'm looking forward to most is seeing what the figure obscura is. If there's going to be I'm sure they're going to release one like for the fall, right? They always do. So, I think they've. What's that?
I said that's a good question.
Oh yeah, and so I think they've done some pretty cool figures in the past few years, and definitely thrown us off as far as what they would be. Especially with the Egyptian gods and like the Frankenstein's monster and that kind of stuff. So, I think that's going to be what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, and then what this year or I guess last year, we got a surprise figure obscura at the con.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's going to be a new thing. And since we kind of skipped a figure obscura just recently, because I figured they would normally drop one by now.
Yeah.
That maybe they're waiting for Legion's Con for another one. Yeah. I assume they have a Halloween one. They usually do have one around Halloween.
Right.
Or before Halloween. But to show up and see Toth at Legion's Con this year, the bird, Egyptian bird, that was cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So I'm curious to see if they don't bring something else too with it. They need to show Aetheron this year. It's been 2 years. Me and Mike were just talking about that. Now, wouldn't it be just perfect if Legion's Con had Legacies of Mythos figures? Because they had 2 figures last year. What was it?
Right.
But I think here's the problem. They already have so many exclusives that I don't want to see them this year.
Yeah, I don't with all the exclusive, but if they're there, I am getting the Aetheron. And I agree. I would love to see what they do with it. So,
God, yes.
Yeah, that was cool. That was good. Mike, do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a question out to. So, Kal, in your youth, what toy lines did you collect as a child? And what toy lines had the most influence on you?
So the big two for me were Transformers and GI Joes. And I think I want to say they kind of influenced me in different ways. You know, it's funny. I think I was having this conversation with somebody at Legion's Con last year where I I didn't realize it when I was a kid, but I was, I guess, doing customs from the time I was like 6, because what I would do is like unscrew the GI Joes in the back, like take them apart, put them back together with like different body parts, you know, just to see what like I could make on my own. That was my favorite thing to do with them. And then there would be times when I would like rearrange them so much that I'd break the rubber band, and then I have to try to figure out how to like, you know, like make them stay together. But yeah, that like GI Joes were like, I mean, just so cool because like there was like an infinite amount of them, and they were all different. You know, you had like, you even had Mr. T and, you know, like Sergeant Slaughter as GI Joe figures. That's how cool they were.
Yeah, the refrigerator Perry. And,
yeah.
What was cool was, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess, you know, me and my brother were taking those apart and swapping stuff around.
Yeah.
And to think about it, I mean, that is really, I mean, is that like considered, is G.I. Joe considered the first pop and swappable action figure line? I mean, because when you think about it, people were scared to take that screw out because obviously people didn't want to mess with it because it is a pain in the ass. I just watched, they just had Joe Fest or whatever, and I watched people, they had a contest, and I'm like, dude, I would kill it. I would kill this contest.
Oh, nice.
I have put so many GI Joes together, even just in my new stage of collecting, that I can take apart a Joe and put it back together in less than 60 seconds.
Oh, wow.
So these guys are like over there, they're taking like a minute or two trying to get the thing. Like, dude, what? I was like, dude, like I would have that thing apart and back in less than 30 seconds. Like it's no problem.
It was definitely tricky because
the competition was cool. That I thought they were the same figure. They were smart, so each one of them gets the same figure.
Oh yeah.
Because there's some figures are different. Some people's heads are a little, you know, like Deep Six has got this like weird scuba like torso. And it's hard to get his head in there, you know, and hold it there. So there's a few that are
they didn't all fit the same. So see, we were popping and swapping before it was cool. I mean,
yeah, and I didn't even know that we were popping and swapping. That's the thing, like we were like, you know.
Well,
and people wanted them too. They're like, dude, who is that guy?
Yeah.
Well, and if you remember with Masters of the Universe Motu, you could take off all the harnesses, put them on different figures, take off the arms, actually pop them on other figures.
Oh,
and they had a big weapons pack like in 1982 and 3 that you could pop on different things.
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, you could just pop the arm right off because that little peg, right? Yeah.
It was the legs. It's the legs you can't mess with, right, Mike?
Yeah. No, because I mean, I change all that out now, but you didn't want to way back in the day,
right?
Because you don't have, because now you can buy those special parts that you can fish through there and hook in.
Okay, Curtis says Red Sonja and Conan movies are directly related, but Arnold is basically playing Conan role in Red Sonja.
Well, I just saw a picture of this lady, and he's standing right beside her, and he looks like Conan.
Yeah, it does look like Conan. That is Bridget Nielsen, isn't it?
I don't know who she is. Yeah, I mean, I saw a picture of Red Sonja.
The chick from Rocky IV.
Oh, she's the chick from Rocky IV? Okay.
Is she still alive? Did she pass away?
She looks a lot different, I think. She had a lot of work done.
Oh, no. People need to grow old gracefully. Yeah.
Oh, I just looked it up. His name in Red Sonja is Lord Kalidor.
Okay, Lord Kalidor. Wow.
Huh.
Essentially Conan by another name, yeah.
Or a K.
With K, just like K, like Cal, yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch this movie. Hopefully by 1985 they got it right.
That's got to be on Netflix or somewhere. I'm sure somewhere I can watch it.
Probably, yeah. There's a way to find it.
Yeah.
So is the one I'm missing the one with the basketball player in it?
Yeah, that's the second
And-
one.
That's Destroyer, right?
Yeah.
Grace Jones. Yeah.
What's that?
It's got the black chick, Grace Jones.
Grace Jones, and why can't I think of
Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain. That's yours. I kept thinking Kareem. But Kareem
That-
Abdul-Jabbar was Airplane.
points in a game? Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'll have to watch that one too. It better be good. It better be. Arnold, listen, Brad, you're Arnold. Pitch Conan the Destroyer to me. Get me to want to watch Conan the Destroyer.
What? Something happened to my thing, Michael. What happened? Oh, there we go. He said they. Yeah, it says Bridget Nielsen.
Is he doing it in the Conan voice? Is that what you're asking? Or?
Yeah,
You are right, Lord
in
Conan.
the Conan.
Yeah. Let's see. It's definitely better than the first one, Mike.
Hold on, that's not in the Conan book.
Oh, you went in the Conan voice?
Yeah, dude.
Michael, you have to watch the second one because if you didn't finish the Destroyer, Michael, you have to finish the sequel. You have to do it. I'm not getting as much ass, but it is okay. It's more PG-13 than it is rated R. You have to watch it, Michael. Will Chamberlain is next to me. He's towering over me, even though I will whoop his ass and then he kind of arm wrestling. He's just a little pussy man.
Okay, so this is what I want to know, Arnold. Why should I watch your movie instead of the Beastmaster that has that awesome chick in it showing her boobies and everything?
Listen here, Beastmaster, Cheesemaster. Listen
What's
here,
her name?
Michael. This
Awesome.
Beastmaster with that little ferret, that little bastard running around. He was holding it. No. I lied. The movie was kick-ass. It was amazing.
What is her name?
They hired this little puny man that looks like Bradley with his little arms, and he has no muscles, no bone structures. It's a little pussy.
She was Sheena.
Yes,
Arnold.
Beastmaster. Yes, Beastmaster was great, but nothing like Conan the Destroyer. You have to see it, Michael. There's so much awesome CGI effects in there. What about the end when that guy is grabbing my legs and I'm rolling around going ah? You have to see it, Michael. And then I start bashing all the mirrors. I'm like, dar. And then I break all the mirrors and I see this ugly little human being and I kill him, Michael. I stab him. Spoilers, Michael. Spoilers.
Okay,
That did it for me. I'm going to go watch it right now.
What about Carl? You mean Carl?
Arnold, you have never acted with Tanya Roberts. The lady who played Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. She was in The Beastmaster.
No.
She makes the three best.
I was doing other movies.
Dude, she is the three best female actors to ever act. Her right titty, and her left titty. They are by far the best actress in the history of film.
Look,
What do you have to say about that?
1982. It was shit. Conan came out that year. It was way better. Look at him. Look at the little man. He is nothing. You can't even see him. He's puny. Puny little man. He kind of looks like that He-Man guy I just watched from Masters of the Universe in the movie theater. He was supposed to be pumped and Arnold pumped, but he wasn't, Michael. He was a little puny man.
Hey, he went up against aliens in V. Did you ever go up against aliens, Mr. Total Recall? Oh, I guess
Michael.
Yeah.
I did.
Predator, yeah.
Predator. I killed the bastard. He's an alien.
went up against the aliens.
Michael. Thank you, Cal. I appreciate it.
I got your back, Arnold. Don't worry.
Do you know the best scene in film history? The best scene in film history is when Arnold is up against the tree. The Predator unleashes his knives from his head, walks back, and then takes off his mask, drops it, and he goes, "Can you say it? You are
motherfucker."
That is the best scene in film history.
Yes.
As a kid, I'm sitting there going, "How the fuck is he gonna take this dude down? This dude's jacked. He's an alien, and he's fucking ugly." I would just died right there.
Do it now. I'm here. Yeah, as a kid,
That
that
is
movie
the best.
it was very.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I think
Do we
every
have
kid
any?
when they watch that loves it. It's intense.
Oh, Predator's the best. Oh, it blows away Terminator. Team Titties. We love it. Listen,
Oh,
at the Legion's Lair.
I love you, Arnold, but I'm Team Mike and
At the Legion's
I mean, when
Lair,
you put it like that, who isn't? Yeah.
we totally are sponsored by Titties. We are the Legion's show of titties. We love titties.
I should, get some. I should reach out to some sponsors. Is what I should.
Oh my God,
Absolutely.
that would be great. That would be awesome, Brad. Do we have any questions from the chat for Cal?
Let me go back. If anyone didn't ask.
Well, you look. I'm going to throw out another one. Favorite. If you could have any pizza in the world, what toppings would it be on? Be
Oh
honest.
man, buffalo chicken pizza. Like
Oh,
aside
my
from a good
goodness.
plain pie,
You're
buffalo
awesome.
chicken. What's that?
Brad,
I like
That is-
buffalo chicken. Yeah.
I think we need to knight him one more time for that answer.
With
Because
the
buffalo
Arnold
chicken is the
course,
shit.
yes, the Apollonian sword.
This is 4 times. Like it's a great night.
4 times.
Oh,
For $4. For
There we go.
Drowned Realm series.
boy. Oh,
Any pets?
I got 2 cats that we got during COVID for my kids. They named them about 6 months before we got them.
Okay.
It's always fun when I get to tell people the cats' names because they are Coconut and Princess Fluffy.
Coconut and Princess Fluffy. So Coconut and Fluffy.
Yep.
those are great names.
Yeah. The fun thing is, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Dungeon Crawler series, but the main character, he's got like his ex-girlfriend's cat in the series. That's they're like a buddy system here, and the cat's name is Princess Donut. So I was like, all right. Like gonna have to get him to like sign a book one day and just be like from Princess Donut to Princess Fluffy or something.
Nice. Did we have a
James Studio Smoodio just sent me a link, which is actually I don't know if you could see that.
What is that?
It's
a lady.
It's Kate Winslet from the Titanic swinging Arnold from the freaking second Conan movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but it's the guy from Instagram going, "Put those cookies down." Figure whatever the guy that does the really good Arnold impressions.
Yeah. Kate Winslet.
Okay, here we go. If you had to fight one of the Ninja Turtles, which one would it be?
Ooh.
I say Mikey. He's the silliest one, right? So I feel like he'd probably be the easiest to fight. I don't know.
What weapons does
I was
Michelangelo?
the nunchucks. I was about to
Nunchucks,
say
yeah.
you probably don't want Leo because that's a sword, and you probably don't want Raph because that's a sai. But you'd probably either want like the bow stick or the nunchucks because at least you could possibly.
But also like personality wise, like Raph is the angry one, Donatello is like the smart one, right? And Leo is like the leader. So I feel like Michelangelo, like being the goofy one, he probably be the easiest to take on. That's, weapons aside, I feel like, that's
He's a
who I'm
party
going with.
dude. He's a party dude.
So Mike is the nunchucks. The
Yeah.
leader is Leonardo. Is he the swords?
Swords, yeah.
And then the Sai is who?
Raphael.
That's Raphael.
Raphael, and then the big staff is
Donatello.
Donatello. Okay. I never got into the turtles, so I'm just
You're learning, Michael.
I'm learning.
You know what? Now I want to watch Beastmaster. You guys are messed
Oh,
up.
Beastmaster! I just watched like 4 months ago, and it's still fucking good. I mean, it's one of those cheesy, but it's good. I mean, Mark Singer is very likable. He's a likable dude.
No, that was a good
Cheesy's
one.
okay. And I feel like Cheesy's okay when their movies aren't taking themselves too seriously. Like they know what they are.
All I know is when I watched that Conan movie, all I know is I watched him and they put this poor little kid on this damn little merry-go-round thing.
Oh, that was the best. Where he's like pushing it, and all of a sudden he gets
pushing this thing.
I forgot about the little kid.
Arnold 20 years later, big jacked, and then he leaves there and he's this great warrior, and all he's done is push this wheel for 20 years.
Yeah, he's crazy. Lamentations of the women's.
Your lamentations.
Those weird bad guys who ate people were badass.
Those weird who ate people. What's that from?
I think that's from. Isn't that from
Conan?
Isn't that from Conan? Yeah, the second one.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, the second one. Well, I gotta
I
still watch.
don't know what the guy's name was. That the bald weird guy with the cape. Oh no, he says Beastmaster. See, it's been a while since I watched Beastmaster.
Beastmaster. Okay, I just watched that not too long ago. I must have been looking at Tanya Roberts' boobs.
I want to see.
She's badass, man. God.
It's a whole list of movies I got to go like rewatch now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Any with Tanya Roberts, and she, she's gonna throw her titties up there, and they are like primo. They would be like a 10.
Do you know who had good primo boobs?
What? Who?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Did she? I've never seen her boobies.
Trading Places, right?
Trading Places on the train.
Never seen Trading
I
Places.
think it was on the train.
No, I saw Trading Places. I didn't see her boobs in that. I must.
It wasn't for very long.
Yeah, it must. Yeah, it was a. Yeah, she did. Oh man. Ooh. Hey.
Yep.
I have a question for Mike. Which titty was better, left or right?
What is it?
Wait a minute. Aren't one always bigger than the other?
So they say, yeah.
Yeah, women always say that.
Tanya Roberts, they were equally wonderful. I suggest you go watch Sheena now, and then watch the Beastmaster movie with her in it. Tanya Roberts was
what's the chick's name from Fast Times from Ridgemont High? The chick where Brad's jacking it in the bathroom while she jumps.
Phoebe Cates.
Oh God!
Yes, I think it is.
Phoebe Cates, right?
That was my crush. I didn't even know what jacking it was. I watched that movie. I didn't know what he was doing in the bathroom. I just thought he was looking at her. I'm like, wow, yeah, she.
Yeah, but Tanya Roberts, when she got older, was fine as hell too. She was awesome. She died. She went out hiking and got a blood clot or something.
Yes, Phoebe. Yes, yeah, but yeah, Peg Bundy. I forgot about Peg Bundy. She was.
I did forget about Peg Bundy.
He had the best movies. Come on, James Studio Samudio. I love you, buddy, but Peg Bundy, she did have.
Will now be forever called Tanya's titties.
Regis Blair will now forever be called Tanya Titty. Well, I tell you what, forever, who will have my heart, and everybody knows I absolutely love Celine. That Kate Beckinsale. Kate Beckinsale. Oh my
Oh,
God. She's wonderful.
Cool.
I thought you meant Celine Dion too.
Yeah,
No,
I like Celine.
from Underworld.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's so badass. Oh, badass. She's my age and I shouldn't swear. She's my age. That never stopped me before, but she's my age. She's 53 and she looks like she's 35. She's
Yep.
just incredible. Incredible. So good for her, man.
Yeah.
And in fact, Omar Munez, who we're going to have on the show in 2 weeks,
Oh,
loves
yeah. I can put
Kate
that up.
Beckinsale also.
Let me find it here. There. July 21st, 7 o'clock, season 5, episode 21. Our guest
Nice.
will be Omar Munez from Legion. I guess I could have put that in there. Legion's Kings.
Legion's Kings fame, man. Do we have any other questions for? We've had a fun show tonight. We've been talking
good time.
about.
I think I got them all.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I got them all.
So, just to recap before we get off here, because we are over the 2-hour mark, Legion's Con or Amazon, if you want to get the Drowned Realm series books, see Kal at Legion's Con or go on to Amazon and you can find them. The first 3 are out now. The first one being The Red Harbinger, the second one being The Ghost of Asher, and the third one being The World on Fire. And in 2028, Kal is going to come out with the final book in the series called The Song of Origin. And I highly suggest that you guys read this series. It's going to be a good series to read. And we have CarverCon coming up this Saturday in Newark, Ohio.
Awesome stuff. Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to say to the fans out there, the people in the chat, Kal, before we go?
Thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to be on here and to be able to do this with everybody around. And hopefully I get to see you guys in a few months at Legion's Con. Even if you're not looking to buy books, definitely stop by and say hi. I love just chatting with everybody anyway. That's pretty much it. Just looking to hang out and be part of the cabal at the con.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right,
and
people.
We're going to see everybody at CarverCon on Saturday. It is going to be an amazing time. CarverCon, Brad, we believe CarverCon will become what we said before, the Little Legions Con, because it is totally devoted to Legions. Yep.
Oh, you're gonna have to bring the Tanya Titty talk to Little Legions.
Oh, we got to. And you know what, Kal? It's in the summer, maybe you and the family next CarverCon, because he's already going for next year. Maybe you and the family can come out and see CarverCon next year and maybe have a little table there.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Legions community. So
sounds good. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, is that a show, guys?
All right, peoples. We'll see
all right, thanks, folks.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks, but we'll also see you this Friday and Saturday. Until then, peace.
Peace. Be safe.